Attention. Welcome to the Different Spectrums podcast. We dive into the wild world of mental health discussions. Get ready for profound talks, a sprinkle of humor and sarcasm, and a touch of colorful language. Just a quick heads up, our show reflects our individual opinions, which may not align with the standpoint of the podcast, our featured guests, or any related corporate entities. Our mission? To illuminate through laughter and satire because everyone needs a good chuckle. Chill out and don't stress over the small stuff. Legal troubles? No, thank you. Cancel culture? Please spare us. We'd rather keep this space lawsuit free. So buckle up, have a good time, and join us as we navigate the vibrant realm of mental health on the Different Spectrums podcast.
Hey, everyone. This is me, Dr. Nas, and just got back from vacation. I'm a little bit late on this podcast release, but just want to let you see one of the speeches that I did. This was back in November, and this was when a lot of things with my business and company were doing really good. Of course, they still are, but also was completely burned out, and they had me come in and talk to a certain Greek life place on campus about one of their brothers had just passed away tragically. And so you're going to see this a very raw, very emotional speech. Talk to them about men's mental health, but a lot of it is going to be stories from my life, some of which you may have heard. I'm very emotional and raw in this speech because they wanted me to be very authentic, but a lot of traumatic things. And so forewarning, that is going to be a lot of great talks about mental health, but some of them will be tough to hear, and some of them will be a lot of swear words. You're going to see me be very unkempt in a lot of it. And so, again, remember the population that I'm talking to is a bunch of young college fraternity men. So just a heads up, a lot of swear words. Trigger warning, because my father said how many swear words there were. So just as a heads up with that, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions, comments. We'll get some new podcasts coming out in about 2 weeks. Next week will be a different release, and me specifically talking to all the fraternities on Purdue University's campus. So enjoy this one with one specific frat that needed me to come out and help support them, and we spent a lot of time with them back in November. And then next week will be me talking to all the heads of every fraternity on Purdue's campus. And so let me know if you got any questions. I hope to be doing more of this around the country, around the nation. So keep me in mind if you want to bring me on to your school to do a talk and present on mental health, autism, neurodivergence, men's mental health specifically, and just what it is to be a good person. All right, yo. Take care. Much love, much respect. Do your thing. See you guys at the end of the pod. Raise your hand if you remember me in the last 2 years I've been here. So this side of the room. Couple of homies over there. So I said I wasn't going to do some of the repeat stuff, but then Boss Man wanted me to repeat some of the stuff for some of the rookies. Raise your hand if you're a freshman. Raise your hand if you're a sophomore. Raise your hand if you're a junior. Any seniors left? Any super seniors left?
Jason?
He'll be all right. He on depression meds. He'll be all right. So I'm gonna do some quick basic stuff. Depression, anxiety, what is it? We'll do some statistics, some numbers real quick. And then we're gonna do some stories. Just some stories. I like to tell stories. Is it cool if I do all the swearing and normal stuff I did the previous years? So before I get into that, my name's Nazir, Dr. Nas, social worker, therapist. Been doing a therapist at universities for 10 years. Last time I was here, I told you I was quitting my job. I no longer work here. I have my own private practice, and I make 120% more than what I used to a couple months ago. Six fuck. Feels good. I got to put a roof on the house, new HVAC, paid off my car. Your boy made some money this year. And in saying that, I'm extremely tired and overworked and exhausted, but we're going to get into that in a minute. My goal is to work with folks that are men. I work with a lot of folks that are neurodivergent. Does anyone know what neurodivergent means in the room? Neurodivergent means literally almost fucking everything. It doesn't mean just autistic or ADHD like me. It means
anxious, OCD, suicidal, means bipolar, schizophrenia. Like if you got shit, your brain is divergent. If you have trauma, your brain is now divergent because it's working in a different way. Your neural synapses fire in a different way. Shit just works differently. Divergent. I love working with athletes, student athletes, and I got this whole thing now where my whole company's based on like autism. And I also do this podcast, been doing it for like 3-4 years now, and I get to talk to these awesome therapists, curators, Hall of Famers, Olympians. We just got to talk to a coach who's a Paralympian coach, so for folks who are disabled, right, no legs, no limbs, different things like that. She was awesome. She works at Michigan, so we did that. I do a bunch of different things. I myself am disabled in many ways. I take care of my father who's disabled at home and my brother who's autistic and much more disabled than me at home. We're gonna start about, raise your hand if you know anyone who battles anxiety, depression, mental health issues, or you yourself has battled it. Raise your hand if you know anyone who's battled shit. Raise it nice and high. Raise it high, you ain't shy. Damn near the whole room. Raise your hand if you know anyone that has sought therapy, personally you know them, or you yourself has sought therapy. Raise your hand nice and high. Good majority of the room, good majority of the freshman boys. What about if you know one has had any medicine for anxiety, depression, Adderall, anything like that? Raise your hand if you know someone or you yourself takes those things. Good majority of the folks. So to talk about mental health and mental illness, we got to get away from the awareness type shit because we all are very aware that it exists and it shouldn't be like the boogeyman in the room. We're all dealing with the shit every day. If you're overly stressed and you're working on your work, homeboy's got shit to do, you know, he's probably going to fail. He's running out. I see you, brother. It's going to be okay. But that stresses you the fuck out. And the more stressed you feel, the more unprepared you feel. Maybe you can't read as good as maybe like me. The dyslexia gets in the way. You feel behind. All your friends are smart as fuck. You get a little tweaked out. Next thing you know, you fail a fucking test. Next thing you know, you're not maybe doing as good. You compare yourself to your homies. Like, fuck, I'm not going to get the job I want. Then you start tweaking out more. Next thing you know, you're depressed. You stop showing up for classes. You stop talking to your boys. You start drinking more. Now you're getting angry and aggressive in the house. Now you're getting kicked the fuck out. Now you're suicidal. Now everyone hates you because you've been a dick. Or you've pushed everyone away and you've taken it too far that you can't talk to anyone because you already have identified you're fucked. Very quick to get into anxiety, depression, like serious mental health issues. Everyone's just one bad day away from being like really sad. Everyone's one bad day away. Let me make sure I'm recording this shit. Recording it. I record everything now. So that way you fuckers can't sue me. So I can make content. Everyone's one bad day away from being suicidal, homicidal, from seeing shit, from giving up, from being hopeless. Some of you, if you lose your mom and dad, you're gonna be pretty fucked up. One of my girlies told me the other day, after a really long talk, she said, hey man, if I ever lose you, I'm gonna get a little choked up. That's it. She's like, I'm fucked. I'm driving to Kroger's, and I said, girl, you're never gonna lose me. I said, I can guarantee you until my father dies, you got a couple more years. But after that, I don't know. I'm probably gonna take some time off. I ain't gonna talk to no one. I don't wanna talk to nobody. But then after that, I'll get over my shit, and I'll seek help. I'll be with my best friends, be with their kids. Like, I'll be fine. But I'm probably gonna take some time off. Then after that, I was like, girl, I got your back. The only time I can't guarantee is when Pops dies. She's like, I understood. She said, I meant that sarcastically. Why'd you have to get so deep? I was like, yeah, bitch, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. And I'm driving to Kroger to go get these turkeys so I can cook a Friendsgiving for students. Like, don't fuck with me. I'm a real person. I'm a G. So I tell you this, to normalize mental health stuff, I get emotional and I unmask because I don't care. You're gonna call me a bitch or a pussy, like, I don't care. None of you have had your ass kicked as mentally and physically as bad as I have through horrific violence and abuse. None of you have been through the master's and doctorate and all this other shit and racism and being poor as fuck and homeless. My dad told me the other day, I forgot about this. He said, you remember when we were living in hotels when I got out of prison? I said, no, I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me, fucker. I tell you this because, right, when you leave here, you get a 401k, I told you, right? You pay into it. So my father opens up the checks And I didn't tell him the checks were coming. And he walked into my room. We can barely walk. Walked into the room and he said, "What's this?" I said, "It's the 401k money." How can there be this much money? It's like 120K. He's like, "Holy shit." I was like, "Yeah, I put a lot of my salary in there and I was able to cash it out right before the stock market went down recently." And he's like, "This is the most money I've ever seen that's clean, that you can't take from me, wasn't illegal. Like, I worked for this money." And he damn near passed out. A couple days later, it's a lie, like a week, 2 weeks later, I signed this deal for therapists in the state of Indiana, social workers that are therapists in schools. And they said they wanted me to be their keynote speaker. I was like, "Cool. We're going to pay you." Okay. I'm ChatGPTing how much I'm worth, which is a fucking weird thing. I'm like, how much can I get from them without selling sex? 0? Okay. Man, they gave me $1,500 for 90 minutes to talk, which was fucking wild. So to think you would go from someone who has a history like me of like trauma, abuse, poverty, food stamps, and now I get to talk to people like you guys. A bunch of you will email me after this about like, "Hey man, thanks for coming. Hey man, I need some therapy. Hey man, I appreciate you like getting choked up." And now I just get to help people and talk and make money. It's dope as shit. I just read an email that the owner of the Indianapolis Colts is going to join us for a podcast as soon as the season's done. And I was like, holy shit. Also, Daniel Jones just blowing his shit out I saw today. Did he tear his Achilles? Is that official or no?
Achilles.
I just saw, I'd literally been working all day. I was like, holy shit. Immediately I was like, she ain't about to join this podcast. She got shit to do. They got trades to make. But like, life is crazy, man. And when you think that all of you are still very young and you're maturing and you're growing and you're having mistakes, some of you drinking too much, some of you got pressures and stress from family, some of your siblings are smarter than you and you're trying to live up to it. Some of your parents are assholes, don't show up to you. Some of them don't give you enough love or attention. Most of you act tough as shit, but in actuality, I know most of you are soft as fuck like me. They just want like love and to be like friends and just chill, comfortable, safe. And then we put on this facade like, you know, I'm cool, I'm fine. Like, no, bro, you like you said, it's fine. Daniel Jones broke his shit. It's fine. Your season's over. It's fine. You wasted 2 picks on Sauce Gardner. It's fine. I'm actually a Colts fan, so I'm actually kind of fucking bummed about it. Besides the point. So, right, you see these things, and you see where some of us start, and it's not about where you start. It's about how you finish. So we just got done talking to this Paralympian like coach right at Michigan. She does all this cool shit. And she is telling me about how one of the dudes was an able-bodied dude, athletic as shit, gets shot in his spine, and then now he's fucked. But like, he figures it out, he works on his shit, and now he's gonna be like an Olympic athlete. No limbs, but right, he's still an Olympic fucking athlete, which is sick as shit. So all of us adapt. What am I getting to? We all adapt. Now, depending on who you're around, who your influences are, who your friends are, who your mentors are, who your coaches are, who your homies in here are, it can poison you. Where you start to become more angry, aggressive, sad, hopeless, and then you start giving up. In the world, a lot of you boys are probably gonna be more privileged than me in here. I assume all of you. The world wants to make you depressed as fuck. It wants to keep you stupid. It wants to keep you sad. It wants to keep you unhealthy. It's going to try and strip things from you. And eventually some of you will get older. And you're going to start losing loved ones. You won't have as many friends as you have here. This will never happen again. After college, you will have very few friends. People go everywhere. You're working, you're busy. If you're lucky, if you want that, you'll have kids. You just get busy. So this will be the coolest time in your life to be surrounded. Some of you are lonely as fuck and still in this house. And that's shit even the worst. Where you're surrounded by people, but you still feel alone. That's the worst shit there is. Enjoy these moments, but what I'm trying to tell you is life will take so many things from you, my guys. You'll lose your job, friends, family, careers. You'll lose direction, purpose as you get older. And you know what to do. People will betray you. Some of you will grow the fuck up and let go of people that have been toxic to you your whole life. Too much stress, too much pressure, verbal abuse, neglect, whatever that shit is. Toxic exes and girls. A lot of you are going to grow the fuck up in the next couple of years. And you're going to start becoming your own man. And you're going to start doing what you need to do to take care of yourself and then the other people that treat you good. You get to choose who your family is moving forward in the next few years. I see a lot of dudes, but I'm going to mention that because I had a therapy today with multiple clients. And one of my girlies texted me last night. She's like, I'm sick of it. I said, girl, you'll be in college soon. She said, every day is some bullshit. Every day is some bullshit. I said, soon you will get to choose the people around you. You'll get to choose and do the behaviors that you want to be healthy. And you can compete in your D1 sport, and you won't have to worry a shit fuck about whatever the parents is that are fucking with you every day. It'll just be you and your own self, your own mind. And she said that it's just going to take too long. I said, a couple more years, it'll go by quick. It goes by quick. I think what I'm talking about is choices, luck, and community. A lot of you are already lucky because you're in college. All of us are privileged here. We're intelligent. You're all here, so you're intelligent. You're lucky. Most of us look like we're able-bodied, right? You got the smarts to progress in the world. Now we're talking about these opportunities that are in front of you every day to be a better man, to help out your homies. Hey, man, how you doing? I know you're struggling. I know you got more homework due. Can I help out? Like, you need me to get the notes for you. Hey, man, I seen you drinking a little bit too much, man. I seen you angry at the bar the other day. What's going on? Like, you can check in on your boys. And you already heard this shit. So the freshmen, you're going to need to check in on your boys or other people. You're going to do your best to watch the fuck how much you're drinking and smoking, because that'll ruin you real quick. And you'd be like, oh, I want to have fun. Brother, this is a long fucking life if you're lucky. You can have some fun now, but it's about choices, sacrifices. It took me, who's good at math? Who's a STEM kid in here? Most of y'all STEM kids? What's 7 plus 2? What's 9 plus 2? That's how many years it took my dumb ass to get my degree. That probably should have only took me 7 years. Yeah, I did a lot of extra time, jumped around, playing college ball, got kicked out of school, got arrested, tried to beat a couple kids to death, literally, and I did enjoy it. People ask me, like, why'd you do it? I still like hurting people. Why would you say that? Because when you're depressed as fuck and people have been hurting you your whole life, it feels good to finally dole it out. That's pretty fucked up to say. When you talk to someone who's tried to kill themselves multiple times, I don't care. A lot of men, some men will commit suicide. Most men like me that are more masculine, not saying that none of y'all are, but where I come from, the hood, is we don't do that. That's not a thing that we do. What we do is commit suicide by homicidality. So we'll put ourselves in position for like really intense harm, whether it be drugs, alcohol, behind the wheel, drunk, like fights, bars, things like that, gang-related activity, or just me just fighting. The boy just loved to fight. Even playing college football. I just love to get an ass whooping because I'm never going to quit. I'm going to keep coming at you until you knock me the fuck out. It's always been my mantra. Which is toxic as shit, but after I got some therapy and some healing and I realized like things were okay and my father didn't die of cancer and all this other shit's going on, you start focusing on good things, focusing on what you need to do. You stop doing shit in spite of others. A lot of you freshman boys going to fuck up in the next couple years. Friends, girlies, drinking. You going to get real sad. You got a choice to make. Are you going to double down and make shit worse? You can do that. It's so easy to be a piece of shit. It's so easy to fuck things up. It's so easy to overdrink all the time and I'm just having a good time. Yeah, okay. Hopefully it pays off now because the rest of us are going to be graduating happy as shit with the families and the love that we want. So be very cautious on the choices that you make. Do your thing, have your fun. But also understand there's choices and there's consequences. And knowing that even most of y'all in here won't fuck up as bad as I did, you can still make it to where you need to go. Don't give a fuck where you started. It's about where you end. They still call me doctor, even though it took me like 3 more years more than everyone else. They still have to call me Dr. Nazir Zerka. Still have to say it. And it's cool as shit. when people say my full name in conferences. My grandpa is, I'm Lebanese and Mexican. Grandpa immigrated from Lebanon, but he worked in Palestine most of his life. So any of you who've seen the news in the last couple of years, Palestine's not a good place to be right now. You get murdered. So it's cool that I can be like, look at this. And he passed away years ago. But I get to use his name in these things. There's a lot of meaning. My name in Arabic, Nazir, translates into the protector and the warner of people. It's like, oh shit, this is pretty cool. I didn't know that until I was in college. Because I thought I was dumb, retarded, slow, a menace. I was such a bad little kid with ADHD that they legitimately locked my ass in a closet in elementary. And I would just spend my time in solitary confinement in a closet. I was a shit. I actually deserved it. I was chasing teachers and trying to beat the shit out of people. I was terrible. But when you grow up thinking that you're these horrible things, or that other people are smarter than you and that you can never get to where you go, you start to think of yourself as this horrible thing. I'm fucked. I'm always going to be fucked. So what's the point of trying? And then my dad, we just celebrated 25 years of him getting out of prison. Changed everything. When you have someone that believes in you, you can do this. Let's actually sit down and do your homework. I'm going to love you the way you should be loved. You're like, oh shit. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I got a shot. Then I started lifting weights, and then I grew bigger. And then I got to hurt a bunch of people that used to bully me. That was fun. Why I tell you this? Because the only way out of this shit for most of us is community. It's not through like pushing people away and acting tough. It's about vulnerability, being real and authentic. Everyone loves me as their therapist. Why? Because I'm authentic. You're usually going to get a nice little white lady when you get a therapist, and then some people get shocked when they get me. But you know, I'm going to help you through some shit for real. Like, I'm going to do more than be like, oh, this really sucks. I'm going to make sure that we can get ready to go to war. Because you know who you want behind you in a coach? You want that motherfucker that's ready to fight. I'm ready to fight for my clients, and I love it. Whether it be suicide, whether it be depression, whether it be parents, whether it be coaches, whether it be your abuser, whatever that is, like, I am ready to run through the wall with you. Why? Because it's fun. Because fuck everyone that wants to take your happiness from you. Remember, the world will try to take it slowly. It will drain you of it. The 3-hour meeting that you just had drained you of your happiness. So now some of you motherfuckers angry as shit. I need a shot. Motherfucker, take a nap. Well, like, there's things that make you antsy. Does all this make sense? I'm trying to give you stories about some things. Life, wisdom. I'm trying to talk to you like my father would. When it comes to finishing strong, when y'all freshman boys start to mess up, I would advise you to seek consultation with one of the other boys, the upperclassmen. 50% of them probably trash. But other 50%, there's a couple of them that are probably okay. I would suggest that you figure out which ones are okay, which one of your advisors, teachers, professors, TAs are okay, and go get your money. You pay to be at this institution, your family pays to be at this, your scholarship pays for this shit. Everyone kind of works for y'all. Go talk to somebody. The answers are not in your brains all the time. You have the skills, the talent, the desire, the creativity, the love, the passion to do whatever the fuck it is that you want. But you might not have all the answers, and maybe this guy will, maybe this guy will, maybe this guy will. I don't fucking know. But it might not be you. You need to man the hell up and go ask. Hey man, I don't know what to do with this. Me and my roommate are having some issues in the house, or me and this other thing, me and this girl are falling out. Go ask. Take the pressure off. Because when you're left alone in your mind like mine, which is very scary, you start to think of all these terrible scenarios, hypotheticals, and then the next thing you know, you're fucked. Next thing you know, you got to drink or smoke to chill, or go exercise, or go to a bar and then try to get into a fight to have some fun, because you know you're going to win, or you're going to have a good ass time. It was a horrible place for a long time to be so okay with like horrible things. And then you start to feel good, and then I start to make money, then I start to make good friends. I've always had great friends, but I meant like colleagues. Because everyone will always say you're different, you're weird, you're inappropriate. You're degenerate, you're gross, your family's terrible, and they're all these scumbags and addicts and convicts. And so people would always look at me like I'm shit. And then I get to see them as I get older, and I see the weird way they look at me like, you? Yeah, bitch. Yeah. And I make more money than you. Fuck you. I don't even really care how much I make, but it feels good to know I make some of these other assholes that said I was shit. And I'm a better therapist than them. Better person, better man. Not a good person. I will fuck some shit up, but I'm a great loving person. What else are we gonna do? I guess I'm having this talk with you guys, and I did just want to do education. I'm probably gonna get choked up and cry here in a second. I was in a weight pit, and one of my clients is a badass athlete on campus. Badass athlete. Can't give away too much, but they're one of the top, strongest people in the world. In the world. Some shit happened at the gym. Thankfully, it happened before I got there. And I could feel the fucking rage burning in me to want to protect them. Because I know when I love someone, like the homicidality comes out, I was like, oh, I'm glad that motherfucker wasn't there. And they said, well, I'm glad he wasn't there either. I was like, yep, mm-hmm. Why am I telling you this? Because whenever I'm in the gym, I get to process feelings and emotions. I don't really process them unless I'm in the gym or driving in the car. And lately I've been listening or watching TV shows, sports and shit like that while I'm in a weight pit or doing my yoga before I lift. And this song came on. This is the same song I was listening to for years. Trying not to kill myself. And then you're like, goddamn, I made it. I'm okay. I'm living a good life. I love my family. My family loves me. My clients love me. I'm doing good. I've got money now. It wasn't as fast as I needed to be. But I didn't die. I didn't give up. I wanted to. It's a great song. But it came on, I was like, damn, this is the song I used to listen to back in 2009. Feels good to feel good. Feels good to cry because you're so fucking happy because of how miserable you used to be. So that's why I show you the tears. Some of you be like, oh man, this guy's crazy as fuck. Okay. But a couple of you boys I've done saved your lives by showing you this. That you can be sad, depressed, have shit stacked against you. Some of you are lucky as fuck, privileged, happy, good family. Awesome. Thank God. I want that for you. I want that for my children, my friends and family. Don't want them to go through the shit I went through. So these talks are meant to be real, authentic, connecting, to show you like a big ass boy like me that plays sports, that is somewhat thuggish back in the day, that's highly educated, that still talks shit, that has these interviews with these awesome fucking athletes and all these beautiful, magnificent disabled folks that achieve these high things. You can be all these things. You don't have to just be this one asshole the world tells you to be. Does that make sense? You need to focus on what makes you a good man today. Maybe it's just holding the door open for somebody. Maybe it's smiling at someone. Maybe it's saying hello to somebody. You'll be surprised the amount of time my boys come to me and say, Nas, no one has even looked at me or talked to me in 3 days. I haven't fucking talked to no one in 3 days. So if I die, no one will give a fuck. I said, that's not true, brother. People notice you. Where? He said, I fucking sit out there. No one talks to me for days. I said, have you tried talking? I tried talking before. They told me, I'm weird. Get away. He kept telling me I'm going to kill myself in a couple years. I'm going to kill myself in a couple years. By 21, I'm fucked. I'm done. I've seen enough. I don't like it. He's an awesome boy. Smart boy. He goes on his trip with some friends. I was like, hey, man, go. They have a great time. He starts to get a little bit of faith in life. He starts to get his brother to go to therapy. He goes on this internship, ends up getting a girlfriend, right? And he's like, holy shit, maybe there is more experiences I can have. Maybe life can be more than the misery which I thought it was. Than just school, 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 work, 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 die. Life is what you make it. All of us in here are broken in some way. People will tell you, you're not broken, nothing's wrong with you. No, no, no. Majority of us are broken. And it's in those broken pieces that you find the beauty. Remember that. When you're going through shit, you feel crazy, blah, whatever it is. The beauty is in the brokenness, in the difference, not in perfection. No such thing as perfection. No such thing. If you listen to the, God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant, it's not about perfection, it's about consistency. It's about predictability. It's about doing something over and over and over and over so obsessively that it's damn near perfect. But there's no such thing as perfection because you're always pushing and pushing and pushing. I don't care about perfection. I care about you pushing through and getting to the other side. Most of you are going to be scared about a lot of things because you're very young and imposter syndrome. That's fine. You should be scared. If you're not scared, you probably don't care. But remember that on the other side of fear, who any of you like Disney movies, on the other side of fear is like the possibility of happiness. But some of us are so clouded that we don't ever see the possibility of like happiness, joy, compassion, love, intimacy, trust. Some of us don't trust because we've been fucked over so many times. You gotta take chances. I take a lot of chances and fucked up a lot. Starting this whole career thing was a chance. But everyone always told me to bet on me. Why do you bet on yourself, Nazir? Because you're magnificent, you're fantastic, you're real, people love you, people appreciate you, and you actually give a shit about what you do. And they would always say, we can teach you how to do the job, but you can't teach someone to be a good man, really. It's in you or not. So a bunch of you boys are good men. Some of you have fucked up, doesn't make you a fuck up. Some of you have fucked up. Some of you have made mistakes, but you are not a mistake. I don't know why you fuckers are here listening to me today, but there's a reason why you are here, why my homie Alex is here that works at CAPS, why you invited me. Don't know what that reason is. I know it's to help people, but there's a bigger, deeper meaning to some of this shit, because the fact that I'm here is only because a couple things went right, and I'm not dead or in a prison cell. If my father commits suicide in prison, I'm not here. So the reason I'm here is because all this bad shit happened, and now I had some luck, hard work, now I'm here. My grandfather doesn't immigrate to this country to save his family and then bring over all these other Arabs, 1960. I'm not here. I have no idea why the fuck we're all here in the room, but you need to think about it. What should I learn from this crazy ass Arab today? Don't use that word, I can use that word. What can I learn? What did he say? Guy's piece of shit, crackhead, I don't give a if he's retarded. What can you learn from my talk today? I'm trying to teach you to be better men, to love yourselves, to love others, to be kind. You can talk your shit, you can be a clown and a fool. Difference between me and a lot of other assholes though is I'm a wise man portraying to be a clown. Majority of you are clowns acting like wise men, and you can never be a wise man if you're a clown. Many of you will have to mature over the next few years. Have your fun. But some of us are built a little different. I'm not trying to put anyone down, just letting you know. Watch out when you're acting too much of a clown, and if you need to mature, just listen. Some of you like to get in the last word like I do because you think you know everything. That's fine. So did I. I'm a stubborn son of a bitch. Listen. Talk to people, consult. Be kind. It'll save your ass. It'll save some of your boys' lives in here. If not now, the highest rates of suicide in America's middle-aged men. So 20 years from now, this talk will save someone's life. If not this semester. Even if I'm a crackhead, this will save someone's life because now you're going to be a better man to your kids, your colleagues, your subordinates. I don't care about all of you. I care about the couple of you. Does that make sense? You're trying to help out a couple of you because it just pyramid schemes down. Everyone just starts helping. If I talk, people heal, which is cool as fuck. I don't give a shit about nothing but just trying to help out a couple of people. I'm supposed to be dead, talking to a ghost. I'm tired. Do you have questions about anything? Could be mental health, could be sports, could be autism related, could be relationships. It could be frat life, it could be supporting your homies, it could be breakups. All right, what are we doing? And I need a brave soul to ask some questions, and I want the freshmen to go first. You're all just looking at each other like, fuck this. Wait, let them ask one question. I got to get one man to be a man. Oh, you guys just be looking away, boy. Oh, here we go. And now I'm going to get the Costco boy because that hoodie's fire.
It's like, do you believe in God?
Yes and no. I'm going to ask you, why'd you ask?
Just like, a lot of people, they say like God is like the reason they like have like positivity in their life, and just like, I don't know, like what you think about that.
Whatever you believe in, do it. If it helps you live and move forward, to be happy, to be joyful, believe in it. I was baptized Catholic. Most Lebanese folks, not 60% of Lebanese folks are Catholic. Then the rest is split up between Sunni and Shiite Muslim. Then I grew up in a bunch of different households. Auntie, mom, so different types of non-denominational Christian, this and that. And my grandma was Jehovah's Witness. So it's difficult for me to answer. I would say I'm very spiritual. Believe grandpa, I'm gonna get choked up again. Believe my grandpa's helping me out every day. There's no way. There's too many miracles that have happened for me to be here, brother. There's too many things where I should have died and where I'm walking into a fight and then all of a sudden someone stopped me. Definitely was going to die in a couple of these times. There's too many times where a gun's been pulled out, and these aren't like hood places. These are like bougie places sometimes. And they've tried to kill me or my family. And I ain't no bitch. So what do? I act out first. I jump first. Because I'm going to protect my family, not because I'm a thug. I'm going to protect my family. Should have died many times. So do I believe in God? Yes, no. Very spiritual. But something's doing something, brother. Like, why the fuck am I still here? Good question. If you are a spiritual person, God bless you. I still go to the churches when my clients get baptized and stuff like that because those are good moments. Got a lot of Catholic kids I work with at my old school because it was a Catholic school. This school, not as religious as my other schools. If you are religious and you like to hear like some spiritual healing, I think I might have told you boys last time I did a podcast with Andrew Whitworth. He is the Hall of Fame left tackle, won a title with the Rams, and he is now one of the sportscasters on Amazon Prime for Thursday Night Football. Big boy, bald-headed. So he did a pod with us in the summer. Fantastic, very spiritual. You would like that if you like that type of thing. Good question. Costco boy.
Where do you play college football?
So a school called Wayne State in Detroit. And then after that, I went to Western Michigan. I was recruited to go to a couple schools, and I was going to go to Central Michigan, but I didn't get enough money. The coach and the recruits were at Central Michigan was Brian Kelly that just got fired from LSU. So that was the guy that was hiring my ass. He was like hot as shit. He had just won all these titles at Grand Valley State, which I ended up getting my degree from. And then I eventually transferred to Grand Valley after like 3 fucking schools. Decided not to play ball. Focus on school, focus on school, focus on school. Had skill, had ability, too slow. You gotta be real quick, and your boy's not quick. Quick enough for certain things, but you gotta be like quick. It was a blast. The biggest thing all athletes will say they miss all the way up to the pros is always their boys. It's not always the money and the girls and all this other shit. It's every time it's their boys, which is crazy. Even Andrew Whitworth talks about it. You just wanted to know? Yeah. Bunch of friends that went into the pros from my school, other schools. I'm grateful it didn't happen because I probably would have had horrible CTE. Like 100% would have had CTE, if I don't already. Alex, what was your question?
I just want to say something.
Oh, go ahead, talk. Name is Alex, CAPS, counselor, therapist. I bring you with me to do some trainings on how to talk to men. It would be easy as a text message I sent to one of my boys a couple weeks ago. Like, hey man, are you good? I was like, what do you mean? I said, man, you've just been acting kind of weird, kind of angry. Are you good? He said, yeah, man, I'm good. He just recently got laid off, and I didn't know that till the week before, which explained some of the reasons why he was acting weird. They said, yeah, it's just struggling, man, filling out job apps and getting rejected, what some of you seniors will be seeing soon. And it's just tough to have these jobs, to keep applying for things. And so me is like, hey, man, how are you, dude? You good? I've noticed this. Followed up with, I've noticed this. That usually cracks the door open. Statistically, if you're in a hospital and someone asks you if you're suicidal, the rates of you actually coming back or needing more services drop by 30 to 40%. So you just getting it off your chest is usually one of the best things that you can do as anyone. Again, we're doing a suicide, depression type thing because the boys in this room are the ones that are going to have some of the heaviest burdens, and it's okay for the girlies to get help. But systemically, it's not okay for y'all to get help, and like we still haven't passed that fucking hurdle yet, even though it's 2025. I'm the same thing as going to be one of your weightlifting coaches. Going to be the same shit. I'm just working on your mind. I'm literally, if any of you've seen any of these Creed movies or these damn Rocky movies, I'm just working on your mind. That's it. It's the same thing. Still muscle, still doing this thing. We just got to navigate and work on some things to make sure that you're tight. That's it. Just making sure you're tight. And then my upperclassmen, some questions, something pointed that I can like teach these youngins.
I was doing that, so I worked for it, but I had pretty severe PTSD from a thing involving someone else's suicide attempt and my own severe car crash I got into.
Yep.
After working through it, I started being more open with people around me in this house about like dealing with the PTSD from it. And I started hearing a lot of people coming to me and asking me like about it and their own dealing with it. I never realized how prevalent and not how prevalent not talked about PTSD can be for like severe traumatic events. And I had worked through it with my own therapist, but I just wanted to see if you could talk about like stuff that you find in help PTSD for just people our age.
Well, first off, you just saved a couple boys' lives by saying that. Even though some boys already know that about you, you just saved a couple lives. Whether it be them, their children, their students, their employees, whatever. Thank you. Yeah, you can get PTSD from anything. It's not just from like wars and things like that. It's whatever traumatizes you or exacerbates the symptoms that you feel when you walk into that room, that environment. Maybe it's just your mind. So some of us will have PTSD. Surprise, I'm bald. I don't know. I haven't worn this hat like in a couple months, and I was like, I'm wearing this bitch today. That's ADHD. Back on point. So the trauma, it could be the car crash. And so let's take that for instance. Some folks, you don't have to speak on this, will have anxiety driving anytime moving forward. They will have anxiety just thinking about driving, or if like someone mentions like, hey man, I need you to pick me up, they're already tweaking. They know they got to drive back home for Thanksgiving or winter, already anxious. Some folks will have nightmares and dreams. Some folks will just have the obsessive thoughts and the paranoia about what's going to happen. It could be some of you that are dealing with the perfectionism and I got to have these good grades to show to my parents or they're going to take my scholarships, blah, 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 whatever that shit is. And it becomes almost this compulsive, obsessive things. So the PTSD could be a cognitive thing. It could be a physical thing. Most of you are really good at identifying the physical symptoms, the sweating, the tremors, the heavy breathing, the rapid heartbeat, maybe the tingling. Do any of you take pre-workout? Raise your hand if you take pre-workout. Any of y'all ever get the tingles? Yeah. So sometimes that beta-alanine in it will give you the tingles. Now imagine being anxious as fuck and having that all day. Hell of a place to be if you're traumatized. Not everyone has that symptom, but the tingles are a thing. The tremors are a thing. Ways to work on PTSD. Making sure you're talking to a trained professional first. Some of my folks will go into conversations with people and they'll be like trauma dumping. That can be a really dangerous road because then you start to relive all the trauma. So before you really talk to someone that has some trauma, some family shit, some accidents, whatever it is you got to make sure as a therapist that they have the skills to like regulate and they're in a safe enough place to handle that heavy ass conversation. Those conversations fuck people up for a couple of days. The next thing is working on just regulation in general. So making sure they're safe, regulation in general. So how will they cope afterwards? Whether it be music, lifting, community, how can they regulate their body if their body is the thing that's tweaking? If it's the obsessive thoughts, then how do we separate the obsessive thoughts away from your identity and know that that is the traumatized identity? And you are also this other subcategory, the host, which is fine. Because the obsession and the compulsion is not you. It's part of you, but it's not actually you. So I do my best to segregate those things. And then we can create narratives and stories to help them combat those things. But the goal is to never like harm the PTSD, their obsessive thought. The goal is to never like shit on those thoughts and feelings or to fight it. Because the more you try to fight something in your mind, the more it comes into your face. It's like when you're trying to withhold, y'all mostly skinny. It's like when my big ass is trying not to eat some snacks in the house. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Fuck. you end up caving. So the more you try to fight things when it comes to mental health, it ends up pushing you closer to it. Some of you will know when like drinking and smoking and shit like that. Some of y'all watching too much goddamn porn. That's a joke, but it's real shit too. Some of y'all need to turn that shit off. And the compulsive behavior is because we're fighting it, saying we're a piece of shit, saying that this is happening. The goal is to like love it, support it, nurture it. This is a part of me. This is a part of my identity. I deal with this shit. Acceptance is a really big thing that helps us like chill. I'm Dr. Nas. I deal with a lot of shit, and I'm a good person. I got these traumas and these other things, but that doesn't change who I am. If you don't like me because I'm fucked up, that's fine, but we're all fucked up. I love who I am. And even the crazy bits. When I tweak out and crash out because I'm trying to change my fucking spark plugs in my engine and I'm fucking crying in the corner like 30 minutes later because I fucked it up, that's who I am. I'm an emotional fuck. And I used to hate that. But now I love it. So you start to embrace and love all the sides. I know y'all a bunch of boys in here. Have you seen Inside Out 2? Raise your hand, you've seen Inside Out 2. When all the emotions gotta like hug each other and shit. Bruh, I was hurting. But that's how it is. You have to hug all your identities. And when you start to do that, you start to get a healing because you bring everything in instead of saying, this part of me fucking sucks. Now, if you want to work on your weight, strength, relationships, people skills, awesome. You don't have to say you're the worst person ever to get better. Growth mindset, not you fucking terrible and you suck mindset. Who's seen the movie Thunderbolts? Damn, nobody? 2? Raise your hand high if you've seen Thunderbolts. Raise it. Don't be ashamed. It's okay. The movie didn't suck that bad. Did you like it?
All right.
Yeah? What was it about? You don't remember. You was too high. You was high as shit, boy. You was on your phone, too. Them Gen Z motherfuckers always on their phone. You was watching their TikTok.
It was family relationships between sister and dad, and kind of the questionable relationships that were formed over time, over the dad's negligence towards the daughter and the daughter's separation over time, the different things that they've gone through, and then the reconnection that they've developed throughout the community.
Oh, you're a good talker, brother. Look at you. You smart? Nah. So, who was the main villain in the movie? Do you remember the villain's name? No. It was Bob. His name was fucking Bob. Who else saw Thunderbolts? You did?
Yeah.
Do you remember the main villain in the story arc at the very end? The last 20 minutes is the best part. Do you remember or no?
Well, whoever was controlling Bob, like the woman, I don't remember her name.
The crazy white lady? No, man, don't get to the crazy white lady. What did Bob struggle with? He had, remember the disorder? Sorry to get in your space.
No, I don't.
No? Who else saw Thunderbolts? You did?
No, I was thinking something different.
No? Okay, no, it's a Marvel movie on Disney+. I highly recommend for everybody to watch it, even if you don't fuck with Marvel like that. The main character has bipolar disorder. And so the one version that's bipolar and manic and fucking awesome like Superman is called Sentry. And the other one is called The Void, which is the depression that comes out. And when it's unleashed, like literally vaporizes everyone into this darkness. So it's a really good metaphor for depression. And many of you will be riding high when your exams, you're gonna hit some PRs, blah, blah, blah. These things are gonna go good. Maybe you get the girl of your dreams, whatever. But eventually the void comes. And the last 15, 20 minutes of it is crazy. Any of you that have like trauma in your background with families, it's a trigger warning. Last 15 minutes pretty tough. But you see him walking through the dangerous places in his head. So homie was talking about PTSD. And they're going room to room. And they're all fucking terrible in his head. And they get worse and they get worse. And the girl goes in there and she's trying to pull him out of this void. To pull him out of this suicidality, this homicidality. He's killing everybody. And he's just a scared little kid. And his father's beating the shit out of his mom in his nightmares. And then his father's coming to beat him in some of these nightmares, right? So all the homies go in. Winter Soldier go in, they're trying to save him. And they all have to go through their own worst versions in their mind of all the horrible shit that's happened in their life. And then they say, like, how'd you guys do? Because they all know they have to go through each one. The Winter Soldier, he's like, brother, this was fucking terrible to get here. That is therapy. Therapy is going through some of the hardest moments in your head, step by step, the traumatic moments, working through it, building up, and then facing it head on. A couple years ago, I got to speak with the Indianapolis Colts because they brought me in for Kick the Stigma. I've done a lot of cowardice things in my life. I am no coward. And I run into my problems. Whenever I start a fire, I do my best to put it out. But there was a while when I was drinking and doing a lot of stupid shit. Is what it is. And so cowards will cope and hide, but real men will move through it. Not get over it. I don't want none of you to just get over it. I want you to get through it to the other side. If you watch the Thunderbolts, it's pretty good, brother. They end up saving Homeboy's life, who's literally getting ready to destroy everyone. Because he's trying to fight his depression, right? And I said, you don't always want to fight it. You got to kind of affirm it and settle it. And he's beating the shit out of it. Just beating the shit out of the guy. He said, no one will ever love you, you piece of shit. You're nothing. Your friends hate you. I was like, Jesus Christ. That's when I started crying. And then as he's beating his depressive side, you see his body becoming enshrouded with darkness. Then you see all the Avengers go and like embrace him and pull him off of himself. And she said, you're not alone. That shit fucked me up. You're not alone. Remember that, you're not alone. And not like a creepy way like the FBI watching your ass. You're not alone. So with PTSD, one of the biggest things is knowing that you're not alone and reconnecting with people and then moving through the traumas, the fears, the anxieties, accepting them, embracing them, and navigating them as best as you can. If it's too overstimulating, that's when we add in medication. And that's when we add in some really good therapy. If it's too traumatizing, then we do this therapy called EMDR, which is trauma therapy. Good question, brother, and thank you for commenting.
How do you deal with the perfectionist side of dealing with challenges? Like, it's hard to do bad on something that you feel like you should have done better on, and then no one seems to relate just because you thought you should, like, maybe I'm a little bit of a sandbagger, but like I'll get a 70%, the average is a 60, and I know I feel like I deserve better. But no one sympathizes with you because, well, you did above the average, and even though that's just not what you wanted.
So most therapists are going to tell you to be kind and blah, 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 you're doing good, like that's all good. I'm a grinder. I'm fucking grinding for everything I've ever gotten. I'm taking whatever the fuck I want. So you'll never get that from me. But what I will tell you is growth. It's always about growth. What did you learn to do better in the next test, in the next one, in the next one? For these meetings, I've been doing this for 10 years now. And the imposter syndrome is gone. And I didn't realize that until I got paid that money for the other one. I'm really anxious as fuck. People paying me now. I'm good. Before though, I wouldn't sleep the day before a meeting like this. I would do the meeting and then I wouldn't sleep the fucking day of. I wouldn't sleep for 72 hours, perfecting on what I fucked up. How can I be better? I would visualize and visualize and visualize because it needs to be perfect. Why? Because I'm trying to save someone's life. This is bigger than me. So I get it. I get, the drive. Some of it is just in us. Some of it was born. Some of it was nurtured from your family or friends. I would do your best to be like, okay, I did better than the others, but I want more, and that's okay. The question is, when does it come at harm to you? When is it coming at harm too much to your sleep, towards your mental health? Are you being an asshole to other people? Can you only chill when you drink? Like, how bad is it affecting your daily habits? But if your grind is good, awesome. Be careful on who you complain to that you got a 70, because some people like me are struggling on tests and only getting 40s. So if you're complaining, then why would they complain? So that can kind of fuck. I want you to be proud of what you did, but also I would watch it on how you talk to people too, when you do achieve well and above the norm, above the bell curve. Just know that you will always be a grinder. Accept it. Don't worry about what the others say, block it out. But if you think that you're a piece of shit for not getting a 70, that's a little skewed. But I will grant you a couple days to stew. A couple days to stew and be miserable, fine. Anything past that is stupid. Now you're hustling yourself. Now you're getting in the way of you being bigger and better. You get like 48 hours. You're just like my athletes. Next play, next day, next week, next game. I wouldn't stew any longer than 48 hours. If you think you could have done better, then you need to figure out not how to work harder, but why did you screw up? Go talk to your professor, the TAs, the extra supplementary things. Just try to figure out what went wrong. And also know that most of these classes, you're not supposed to get an AN. You're really not. You will have to understand that you will never be the smartest person in the room. Very rarely will you be the smartest or the best. There'll always be someone better. But to want to be that, it's fantastic. I want to be the best at a lot of shit. But mine's about being the best man I could be. It changed because I stopped doing shit for others, for myself now. So keep those in mind. Don't let the dog die. 4 to 8 hours, reset, learn what you did, do better. Watch out who you're telling because other people are struggling in some ways. If you want to get better at shit and you want to get outside of your mind and perfectionism, help somebody else out. You know when you don't feel like a piece of shit? When you're helping someone else out that's struggling? You know when you learn the material better is when you're teaching someone else? Because now it gets stuck in your head. Now you just don't memorize it. Now you fully understand it, can rehearse it backwards and forwards. Make sense? Get outside of yourself if you're too stuck in your selfishness, not in a bad way, but like in a mental health way. Do something for someone else. You'll feel good. You'll feel good. But never stop the grind unless it gets in the way. Make sense? I get repetitive because many boys need to hear this, not just you.
Yeah, there's just a lot of isolation in it. It's more so just feel like no one can relate to you.
No, there's boys that can relate to you. They're just not telling you. And there's many other boys that aren't in this room that can relate to you that I work with. The obsession could be a more neurological thing too. It might be a family thing, the obsessiveness. As long as it doesn't push you to madness, I'm cool. But then again, that madness ends up creating a lot of cool shit and breaking like barriers in science. If you do feel isolated, I still need you to talk. I still need you to talk. Even if they can't relate to you, I'm a big ass boy. You know how many girls I work with that go through trauma and PTSD for certain reasons? I can't fucking relate. I got 50-year-old women I'm working with on menopause. You think I can fucking relate to that? I ain't got no goddamn uterus. You said I checked. Last time I checked. It's a little ass dick, but ain't no uterus. My God. But it doesn't matter because I will still show you love and compassion. Maybe I can strategize. So find a couple homies to talk to. If not, find the bigger and better minds, and maybe it's not in here. No shade to people in here, but maybe it's going to be in your program or major. Maybe you need to start talking to some of my PhD kids and seeking out consultation from them. Does that make sense? Yeah. Don't let it isolate you. Isolation, where's my religious boy over there? Isolation is the devil at work. That's what my mother would say. It's the devil. Don't let it kill you. Don't let perfection OCD kill you. We can keep going. I don't care. We can wrap it up. People got to go. They got to go.
Yeah, you guys can go. If you have questions for him, please reach out to him. I know it's late. I know we've been here for a long time, but please talk to him. I'll give you his email. Please reach out to him.
How many more questions we got until we one more? 2 more? Looks like we got 2 more at least. We cool to sit for another 5-10 minutes? 3 more? You got a question too?
I don't want to make it sit.
What'd you say?
I don't want to make it sit too long.
Remember what I said earlier about being selfish? Fuck them. Get your money. If you remember something, young man, is always speak. Even if your voice shakes, even if you're anxious, ask your questions. If not, then you would talk to me afterwards and ask your questions. But if you have something, you ask someone. Yes, sir. If you gotta go, you can go. For some of you gotta go, and I'm gonna stay for some of the other boys.
If you didn't sign the sheet, sign it. Somewhere over there.